Snap2Cover.com. We always snap to cover.
Hey guys, Tobin here from Snap2Cover.com, bringing you the second dev vlog in my Learning and Doing series where I try to learn how to make a video game. If you're new to the series, welcome. Here I'm making the first building in the game using Google SketchUp, and I'm going to be making a storefront, like a Victorian era storefront. So like I said, I'm going to try and keep with a steampunk theme, and I think I'm going to try and make it a very somber gothic style. I want to keep it kind of creepy. I'm going to be adding, zombies and stuff to the game as enemies for you to fight. I think that's the road I'm going down. I've been using a program called Trello. It's actually a website. If you go to Trello.com, you can see it and sign up. But it's a project management software, so it's used to keep track of what ideas of things that you want to try and do. So I had like tasks to create a storefront, and I can add that to in progress and then work on it. When I'm done, I can go to add to game, and then when that's done, and I'm happy with it, I can say it's complete and move on to the next task. So you just grab tasks and complete them, and add more tasks as you have more ideas. You can kind of prioritize them too, as far as which one you'd rather work on before all the other ones, and you can kind of see how long it's probably going to take you to do things. So I learned a lot of advanced techniques with SketchUp. So I've been actually doing a lot of that in this video, trying to really give this building some character. So it's interesting when you're actually walking through the building. You can see some of the very finite detail there, dragging that little piece of wood down. Yeah, all those little segments that are pushed out, those are going to be like a wood frame, and then the rest of it's going to be some sort of cement or plaster. What else did I do this week? I downloaded the Blender application. That's a 3D modeling software, which gives you a little bit more than SketchUp. SketchUp's really good for buildings and very mechanical things, and Blender's really good for more organic pieces. So I'm actually going to try and make my own characters for the game, and that is something that I'm going to be using Blender for. I haven't used Blender before, or at least not in a while. I did play around with it back in the early 90s, and that was before it was even 1.0. I think it's on 2.6 or 2.7 now, and it wasn't even in its final release stage then, so it was very bare bones and hard to use, and I kind of just gave up on it. And the only other 3D modeling software out around back then was like Maya and 3ds Max, which are these really expensive tools, and even back then they weren't great. I mean, they were still pretty difficult. You had to move things around manually. There wasn't a whole lot of sculpting, so it was pretty difficult, but now it's getting a lot better. Here I'm trying to make a lamppost because I wanted to add lights to the game, but I didn't want to just have lights appear randomly, so I decided to give myself something to put the lights in. So here I'm extruding out the bar of the lamppost, and then I'm going to be building out a chandelier to put there, and the chandelier is going to have a candle inside because it's supposed to be a Victorian era theme, so I don't want to have light bulbs. So here's the making of the chandelier. But yeah, it's been a great process. I'm really liking the Unity engine. I actually got into a little bit of scripting. You'll see that in a little bit. And I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to do more interaction or keep working on getting my assets together. So do I want to try and work on like a melee mechanic and, being able to attack monsters, or do I want to actually start creating the characters and stuff? here I'm trying to decide if I want to keep the faces or remove them. If I kept the faces, I could have textured them to look like glass, but I was afraid that the light wouldn't shine through once I added the light asset to it in Unity. So I decided just to remove it to try and get the maximum amount of lighting. Alright, so that's been made into an object, and then I can drag that right underneath this, and then we're going to add a ring. And this follow me tool is amazing. You just create a polygon, pick a line, and it automatically extrudes it to follow that line. So I ended up making that ring in no time. It's the same thing I did for the bar part of the lamppost. Now I'm just positioning things so they work, and then I'll go in and texture it. I'm really happy with the way you can actually texture things in SketchUp and then just export it, drag it into Unity, and it works. So I'm loving the way that works right now. Yeah, we're just about ready to show you what I've actually done in Unity in a minute now that all the models are done. And this is Unity. All right. So this is the new main menu. You can see the background, and if you listen closely, I've added a violin song. So we've got our menu, which changes on hover over, scripted that in. You have your quit menu, and then you've got, so you can exit the game that way, or you can click new game, and it brings you in. And you can see the skies changed. I changed the skybox to more of a night scene and changed some of the lighting so it reflects that. You can see that lamp post in the foreground. And I had some 3D audio. You're probably hearing that as I get closer to the building. See the architecture there. All that wood texture, all the paneling of the windows. And then you've got your extra floors. Just some things I added. You got the wooden floor there, some more of that trim. So it's coming along. I think it looks sharp. Those lights there are actually the chandelier portion of the lamppost. I just ripped that piece out and threw it on the walls as some extra lighting. So I might have to move those down. They look a little high, but they look pretty good. And then this room, I might add stairs so you can get to the second floors and third floors and fourth floors, but I haven't decided that. This back part's pretty dark, can't really see the texture. But the skybox looks amazing, really adds to that dark night, gloomy feel. You've got the brick texture up top and in the buildings. Looks pretty good. Alright, well that's what I got for devlog number 2. Thanks for watching. If you like this, subscribe and share with your friends. And if you have any suggestions on what you think I should work on next, or feedback, or anything, I'll leave it in the comments below. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm Tobin. Always snap to cover.